Did you know there are brilliant minds out there, people with degrees, years of study, who remain financially weak their entire lives? While others, with almost no formal education, build wealth and live in abundance? It sounds irrational, doesn't it? But I discovered that the difference between these two groups has nothing to do with intelligence, luck, or effort. It has everything to do with paradigms. And if you're over 40, or even approaching it, I want to show you how to change all of this before it's too late. I want you to imagine something with me. Picture an hourglass. The sand that has already fallen represents your entire past, your good decisions, your mistakes, your missed opportunities, your relationships, the days you were proud and the days you regretted. All of that is gone. And no matter how much you wish, you can never push that sand back to the top. Yet how many times do you find yourself trapped in that past, repeating thoughts like, if only I had started earlier, if only I had chosen differently, if only I had invested back then. Now look at the top of the hourglass. That sand is your future, but no one knows how much is left. You might imagine you have 40 years ahead of you, but I had friends who believed they had half a century to live and lost everything in minutes. One of them, Bob Gates, my childhood friend, went out for a drive and never came back. He was only 16. If you had asked him 30 minutes before how much time he thought he had, he would have said, I've got my whole life ahead of me. But 30 minutes was all he had left. And then there was my grandmother. For years she kept saying, I'll be gone soon. I'll be gone soon. She said that at 60 and lived until 94. See the contrast? She believed her sand was running out, yet she had decades left. Here's the truth. You don't know how much sand remains at the top. It could be far more than you imagine, or far less. And here's the part most people never face. The only time you truly own is now. This moment. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow isn't promised. Yet how often do you stay stuck in memories that won't return, or stressed about a future that may never come? Are you wasting the little sand you have left? If you're over 40, you've probably noticed time feels faster. That's not an illusion. Psychology shows that as we age, our perception of time truly accelerates. The same decade that felt endless as a child now passes in a heartbeat. That's why so many people wake up at 45, 50, 60 and think, how did I get here without doing what I wanted? So here's my challenge to you. For just one day, live as if the top of your hourglass has only a few hours left. Watch how your choices change. Would you spend so much time complaining? Would you keep postponing the project you've always wanted to start? Would you delay that important conversation again? Try it. One day. And you'll see how suddenly your priorities shift and life becomes sharper, more intense, and more real. Here's what I learned, and what I want you to learn too. Time is the most valuable asset you have. Lost money can be recovered. Broken relationships can be rebuilt. But a grain of sand that has fallen never returns. Your life is happening now, and you have the choice to make it extraordinary. When I was 26, my life was a disaster. No education, no money, no direction. I was stuck in jobs that led nowhere. And honestly, I wasn't even thinking about results. I was just surviving, letting days pass without realizing I could choose something different. Until one day, a man looked at me and said, Bob, why don't you change your results? That question hit me like a shock. I had never thought results were something you could change. I believed life was simply what happened to me. End of story. I often compare it to an acorn. Inside an acorn is a pattern, a code that says it can only become an oak tree. It cannot become an apple tree or a cherry tree. The code is fixed. We also receive a code, but ours isn't written in wood or seeds. It's written in our subconscious, shaped by our parents, our culture, and our school, the environment we grew up in. From childhood, we were programmed to believe certain things about money, relationships, and success. How many times have you caught yourself repeating phrases you heard as a child? Money doesn't grow on trees. They're rich because of their family. We're not like that. Study, get a good job, retire. These ideas, repeated thousands of times, enter the subconscious like invisible software. And just like the acorn can only become an oak, you live according to that program. But here's the difference between us and the acorn. We can rewrite the code. But until we do, we remain stuck. That's why so many people work hard, do overtime, give everything they have, and still stay in the same place. It's not lack of effort. It's the programming that blocks progress. I'm living proof of that. For years, I tried to earn more, tried to improve my life, but something kept pulling me back. Stay tuned to the channel, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.